What is up, YouTube? HPJ here. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. It is I, HPJ, and welcome to another HPJ podcast. So it is Saturday. No, it's Sunday, February 8th of 2026. And I hope you guys are doing well. It is Super Bowl Sunday. For those who watch the Super Bowl, if you don't, I think there's other things to watch. And I will not be watching the Super Bowl, although, shout outs to Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl performance that he is going to be doing today. And while half the fucking planet, well, more than half the planet supports him, we know which group doesn't support him. And we're also just going to be doing laundry today. So what time is it? It's like 8:45. So I will be doing my laundry sometime between 12 to 1. So I got a couple of good hours. Anyway, we are definitely here to talk about a lot of things, actually. We got a couple of birthdays to celebrate this week, too. Some of my favorites, actually. So, Miss Lady Gaga's Bad Romance was released 16 years ago um, today. So, shout out to Queen, Mother Monster, Grammy Award winning mother. And then Mario Party for you Mario fans. That was released today. 27 years ago. Jesus Christ, Mario Party. You can play the original Mario Party on NSO if you have the expansion pass, which allows you to play the Super Nintendo. I mean the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64 games. There was a Super Mario. I never wouldn't be surprised though if they did plan a Super Mario Party for the Super Nintendo. Just probably didn't have enough time, effort, and space to do it. But yeah, that game was released, and then one of the biggest games to be released as well. Happy happy birthday to Knuckles the Echidna in Sonic 3. For Sonic 3 is now 32 years old? 32 years old. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That game was released February 2nd of 1994 here in North America. That game basically was the introduction to Knuckles the Echidna and the storyline of course, the Death Egg Saga. If you guys don't know what Death Egg is, it's the giant space station that's shaped in the form of Eggman's face. Well, at that time he was known as Robotnik, but same thing. And then the storyline for this is that Eggman is trying to rebuild the Death Egg robot. I mean, the Death Egg, which is, yes, based off of the Death Star from Star Wars. And what ends up happening is that Sonic and Tails gets news of this, and they're heading to a mysterious island where the craft has fallen so that they can stop Dr. Eggman from I'm sorry, I have to use his OG name. Dr. Robotnik from basically repairing the Death Egg and sending the Death Egg because there's a lot of history with Sonic franchise and everything. So I'm going to try to cover this as base. But while they get to the island, Knuckles the Echidna pops out of the blue and knocks the Chaos Emeralds out of Super Sonic. And he takes the Chaos Emeralds and he runs off with the emeralds. And you go after him, and in the process of this, you go and you try to find, the Death Egg, so you can stop Eggman. So it's definitely a lot with that too. I will be very honest with you. I am very surprised how much of an in-depth story this whole Death Egg saga took. Because for those who don't know the origins of the Sonic 3 video game, there was supposed to be a total of 14 levels in the game. That's right, 14 zones. And the 14 zones were going to be compiled into one cartridge. But they didn't have enough room on the cartridge, so they split the game up into two. So it was Sonic 3 by itself, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles. If you had the thing that joined the games together, it was like a combo. It was like a little, I forget what it was, but basically you put two Sega Genesis cartridges or Master System cartridges together, and basically data would import through this machine and allow your game to play with Sonic 3 and Knuckles together. So you can play the first part which is the Sonic 3 portion, going into the second part and having ability to save for it. If you're playing some of the collection games, most of those games had the Sonic 3 and Knuckles portion, and if you had the data already there from Sonic 3 portion, you can just play on from where you were. I know that because I had to play through hours and hours of it just to get the Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It was very stupid. I love Jim's collection. I don't like unlocking things and how things were hidden behind unlockables and how much time you played in other games. It's stupid, but yeah. So, besides that, we got introduced, of course, to Knuckles the Echidna, the last of the Echidna tribe and the guardian of the Master Emerald, which Dr. Eggman tricks Knuckles into believing that Sonic and Tails are there to steal the Master Emerald and use it for evil, realizing that, yes, this is the first time where Knuckles gets shot by Eggman. And that running gag is just hilarious. But for the most part, Knuckles himself did finally learn that, yeah, Eggman tricked him. And that he now then works with Sonic and Tails through the Sonic and Knuckles portion of it to help Sonic basically defeat Eggman and save the planet, which is awesome. Highlights of this: the music soundtrack for this 2D game is fantastic. It definitely pushes the Sonic Genesis to its brink. But one thing I do want to talk about, of course, is funny enough, the music for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. If you guys do not know, the biggest controversy for Sonic Origins was that majority of Sonic Origins music was stripped away from it for the Sonic 3 portion because of the Jackson estate. If you guys don't know exactly the whole history of that, if you're not a Sonic fan, let me just explain this to you so it's easy. So Sonic 3 had Michael Jackson compose several tracks. Several of those tracks could not be used in Origins because Sonic Team just did not want to outright pay the Jackson estate for the rights to that music. Because of that situation, they had to have Jun Sano go back into the studio 3 weeks prior to the Sonic Origins release to then redo the beta versions of those tracks for it. And those tracks are the following: Carnival Night Acts 1 and 2, Ice Cap Zone Acts 1 and 2, the Launch Base Zone Acts 1 and 2, and the 2-player compilation Mimi. All of these were composed by the Jackson team, which included Brian Boxer, which was part of Jackson's team at the time who was making music for the Jackson estate. So while it was a legal nightmare, of course, the last time we ever got these tracks again was the re-release of Sonic 3 and Knuckles back in 2011, which, if we do some calculations, that was 15 years ago. So because of this, they had to get Jun Sano to go back in for the release of Sonic Origins and basically use the prototype version amidst this, which were the variations that were used during the beta of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now, don't worry, people did mod a lot of this in, but it still was just like, wow, you guys are really just that fucking lazy and cheap that you couldn't even do this right. And yes, they're right. They could, because the Sonic 3 and Knuckles portion was going to have those music tracks stripped because of the Brian Boxer situation. Because Brian Boxer was part of Jackson's team. That music that he composed is legally part of Jackson's music, because why Jackson did work on it as well. So all that music is tied to Jackson, and he did not want that music getting out unless, he was paid his royalties. He was paid his dues. Now you could just buy the 7 tracks and then just went out your business, but instead you rushed Jun Sano 3 weeks before Sonic Origins release to then have Jun remaster horribly. And I understand exactly what he said about this, because Jun also took to Twitter to address this situation, because at the time he was with the Sonic Symphony doing shows around the world, which, by the way, that had its own controversy too. So June basically was like, I didn't know I had to jump in the studio and go remix music. Why didn't nobody tell me this? Because if he did, he would have had more time to fix the music tracks for Sonic 3 portion of Sonic 3 Knuckles using the beta versions. So that they at least had been poppy, more flowy, more not what the fuck was that? Because that shit was horrible. I'm sorry. I'm used to and what I just did, that was the melody for Sonic for Carnival Night. And then oh, sorry, I don't remember Sonic 3's portion. I don't remember Ice Captain. I'm sorry. I didn't listen until I was older. I did not get past Carnival Night, so forgive me. I didn't know about the stupid Barrel of Doom. So yeah, and then Launch Face Zone, which is and then like the music in the background. Hey, 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 yeah. So like, we couldn't have Juicino just try to like remix some of this, do it a little better instead of whatever the fuck we got. Like the Carnival Night Zone sounds like somebody going to an amusement park. The Ice Cap Zone just feels so off, like it's bad Ice Cap. And then it's like I'm listening to this military based launch base zone, and I just wanted to just rip my ears off. And I'm just thinking the whole time, like June basically just called you guys out and said, look, if you wanted me to make this music, you should have had me come make this music properly. Don't have me sit here and make a fool of myself. Don't. Do not do that. Because it's like you could have easily had this man come in months and months ago and said, alright, June, listen, we gotta fix these tracks because we're too cheap to pay these people for the money. So, because you guys want to know when the last time this game, the Sonic 3 Knuckles, had its actual music release, was 2011, when they re-released Sonic 3 Knuckles on the Steam. The Steam re-releases of the Classic Collection, as well as I believe the Classic Collection for the Nintendo. For the Nintendo DS, because that was the last time. I got to play those games. And actually, I still own those. I still own my Classic Collection, and I still own the stuff for my Sonic 3 stuff on my laptop. So, shout outs to me for being smart and buying those. And I did remember live streaming those, but I never got copyright strike from Jackson State. So, Sonic Team, I don't know what the hell, you just couldn't pay people for music. Pay Brian Boxer, or, pay the Jackson Estate. You could have got the music. And then instead you didn't. You rushed Jun Snow in there for like 3 weeks before this game was supposed to be released. And it's like, alright, here you go, patch it. Fix it. And he's just like, well, you better hope I have time. So he gave you what you wanted. He still got his check, so he was like, look, you owe the fans this, not me. So modders had to step in, and modders had to mod in the original tracks. So thank you, because those music tracks really suck. And the crazy thing was, I heard that there was a PC port that used those tracks as well. And even those who had the PC version were just like, bro, what the fuck is this shit? Like, could you imagine if it like was if they switched it around and was like, oh, like, I don't think people would actually know it. I would actually be happy to know that we got better music. No, I would be pissed that the beta music was better than the final version music. Because when I found out that the Jackson music was used as the beta and they decided to cut the beta version, I'd been like, yo, somebody give me the mod shit so I can mod this shit in, because I ain't playing this bullshit. This shit, like, let me put this shit on mute. Let me put the Jackson shit on in the background, because that's what I do. That's why I haven't bought Sonic Origins or Sonic Origins Plus with Amy attached to it, because I was just like, this is the Lotus Cracker show. And I think when I watched somebody play it, I think it was the charity one played it for one of their charity events. They used the modded version of it. Thank you guys. So, yeah. And then, so yeah, that's the whole music situation right there down to a T. Where you had the composer be like, look, I can recompose this shit. Just, like, actually let me compose it. And they're like, no, 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 no. No, just refix the music. Because we're too cheap, Sonic Team. And it was crazy is that right before all that stuff got out, what was his name? What is that man's name? Yuji Naka was snitching too. It was like, oh yeah, that's Jackson's music. Sonic Team just didn't want to pay him. Damn, was he just that? All right. And mind you, he was going to jail anyway because he was doing that. He was going to jail for tax fraud. So it was like, yeah, no, he's straight snitching. He's straight snitching, and he just did not get aided. I was like, all right. One of the only rare occasions where he actually liked you. Because Yuji Naka was a complete dick to people, especially the Sonic Team America. You guys want to know some history lesson about Yuji Naka? So Yuji Naka worked on video games from the Sonic series from the beginning, all the way I think up until before Sonic Generations. He was then fired from Sonic Team because there was a lot of stuff going on. Discrimination. He was very toxic to people. He said a lot of words I can't say on YouTube, hinting into that whole lineup. So, yeah, it was definitely a lot. And after that situation, he did make, like, his own games. But then it was just like, bruh, you aren't going anywhere. And yeah, it was a hot mess. It was like, oh my god, it was legit a hot mess. And God, the last game he officially worked on, because I cannot believe it myself even to this day. June, I think it was Balan Wonderworld, aka Balan Flop. And he worked on Balan Wonderworld for a while. And after that, it was just like, that game was so horrible. It was just like, why are y'all even playing this? Like, it tried to be nice, and it couldn't be nice. Like, at all. It could not be nice. So then after that, some stuff happened. Yeah, some stuff was going on, and they ended up, basically just they basically ended up just throwing it into the wayside with some things, and it was just like, because I think he was working with Square Enix at that. Yeah, Square was helping him publish the game, so he published the game, and then the game was just so horrible, and Square was like, we don't, yeah. Your tax, what is this? Tax evasion? Yeah, and then that fucker got arrested for tax evasion and tax fraud. That shit was hilarious. Damn. And so yeah, that happened. And after that was pretty much it. I don't even know what else to really tell y'all after that, because it happened. So yeah, once that happened, he's currently in jail serving a sentence for it. Balan Wonderworld flopped horribly. I didn't get him to the point. I think Balan Wonderworld is only like what, $5 right now. Like, don't buy that shit ever. And if you are that curious to play that, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a thing. Honestly, really, after that, I mean, it's not really much to say. I basically was just like, alright, you do you, queen. I'll do y'all. Is there any current things right now that after that? Just a couple of things. I ain't gonna lie. What were the other things to really just like talk about? So I already talked about that. Gonna talk about that. Yeah, not really much else. There was a couple of other things that no, I haven't made any. Oh no, I'm still working on some videos. That's right. HPJ got to go back into the video making studio because I got to make some more videos for you guys. I got to do my top 20 XCs and my top 20 Link monsters, and then that wraps up everything for the Extra Deck Chronicles. And I still need to upload my synchros. So I'll be right after I record this. I'm gonna go do some of my get ready dailies, and then I'm gonna do that. outside of that, really, I don't have much planned. Maybe a video or two about the Harpie stuff. But as of this upcoming week, will probably be my last week of content because I am going to start taking my break. That's right. I'm going to take my break around February 12th, which is the day I got to go get my teeth done. Because I got to go get my stuff done for either what is going to be a root canal and crowning, or HPJ is going to go and get his tooth pulled. And both take time to recover. So I've already scheduled my days off for this week because the procedure needs to be done on on Thursday, and then I'm going to have time to rest. So I'm going to ask them to give me, the stuff, paper pass for that day. And then after that, that's really when I'm just not making any content. I want to make some content. I am not gonna lie, and maybe I'll record some videos like on the side, but that's if I feel like it. But I really just have not had the urge, and the reason is because I don't feel as motivated to create content as I used to. With everything really just falling apart all around me, I think the only really safe thing to do is take a hint and just enjoy my life for what it is. Also, rip to my Switch Lite because it's black screen and I cannot get any of my games off of it and might have to redo all of the stuff that I did. Because I cannot get any of my games off of it. I can't get any of my Pokemon off of it. And I'm trying my best to try to move stuff over, but that takes a process. And I cannot refix my black screen without having to go through literally going into the Switch and trying to fix it manually because I really don't know what happened. I don't know if it was water damage. I don't know if it was I really don't know. I don't. So I did all the things to try to refix it. It just won't turn on. The screen is just like you can hear it, but you can't see it. So I will be right back. Let me go use the restroom. Okay, I am back. So, yeah, it is definitely a lot of stuff going on behind the behind me just getting me time, and then I just couldn't believe that my damn Switch would do that on me, which I cannot believe that. So yeah, I'm trying to really just figure out everything and really get everything together because I know that I really put all this effort to the side, but it is just I don't want to restart my game. So if I have to restart my game, it's going to be a nightmare. It's already a nightmare as it is. I'm just saying it now. But it's just holy shit, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare trying to figure all this shit. So, right now, currently, the only... Oh, and then I found out this, too. Did you guys know this whole entire time? I'm looking at my Switch 2. My Switch, I didn't know my Switch cartridge was actually still fit into my Switch game. In my Switch 2. I didn't know that. No, I didn't. I was still mad because, I had to really, do what all the other shit Nintendo was doing behind the Switch 2. Anyway, but then I looked and I was like, why do I only have 120... Oh, fuck, I have to, unhinge this shit. But the micro SD card in it is only, 125 or 128 gigabytes. And I'm just bitch, I really have this little space for my video games. And I'm questioning where the fuck did I put my terabyte at? Because I know it wasn't in my other Switch. Not the functioning one. So I'm like... So now I gotta go find a micro SD card and, do some shenanigans on my PC to try to move everything over. I might have to go get that little PC thing and you can stick it into the PC and you can move all the data from one SD card to another and then strip everything on the other one and then reformat it and everything. That's what I have to do now. So that's fine. But I still also have to go get a micro SD card for my Switch 2 because my Switch 2 does not have a micro SD card. So the highest one I want to get is a terabyte. I know that's a lot of space, but here's the thing, people. I play a lot of video games, so I'm going to need all that space I can get. And with some of these video games being extremely high in, data and whatnot, yeah, no, I need a micro SD card. And I'm gonna need a micro SD card express for my SD card. This is also funny too, is because I do not use an SD card for my Switch 2. I mean, yeah, no, for my current phone. My current cell phone does not use a micro SD card. My Galaxy S23 Ultra does not use a micro SD card. Which I know, that's crazy enough as it is. It's just like, damn, my micro SD card ain't shit. So, yeah, no. I really do have to, like, fix all of that in the process. Um, but I am still happy about how things are going. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, still playing, exploring, and really understanding things with gaming will forever be a thing to me. But for what you guys, have to understand and know is that, no, HPJ is not touching, um, well, not even touching, but just going through the bullshit behind current things that are going on with everything that is currently going on. Hold on, that don't even make sense. What the hell am I talking about? So yeah, because of the YouTube thing, yeah, like all the stuff that's going on with YouTube, all the stuff that's going on with Switch and stuff. I really just want to take some time off for me, and then if I come back, I come back. If I don't, I just don't, and that's fine. So it'll give me more time to really just do other things that I like to do. And one of them is gaming, because holy shit, I have a whole new system and I really want to play Wind Waker. Also to note, because this is another thing that I want to talk about, another one of my favorites. Guys, did you Blackpink? Because Blackpink is in our area. The K-pop queens are going to be dropping their mini album on the 27th. Which, to be very fair, I feel like, wow, YG, you could have did better for Blackpink. No, for real, because, like, why are they getting a mini album and not a full album? Y'all don't like Blackpink? The ladies that are making y'all hella money? No wonder Lisa went and made her own record label, because holy shit. Like, if Lisa had the money to buy Blackpink, I hope she could, because Lisa probably could save Blackpink. And then Blackpink could have, like, full-length albums and not mini albums. Maybe the girls chose to have mini albums. I don't know, because it's a very weird what the fuck situation with this shit. And I'm just like, bombastic side eye. So yeah, that was definitely one of the things, because the promotions for the album from there. So the music that I have seen, hold on, because I can go look at the music, y'all. Let me look up the music for Blackpink's mini album. Because that music is going to be fire. Alright, hold on. So this is the music track for Deadline's mini album. It is Jump, which is already out. The title, Go. Then it's Me and My, Champion, and then the 5th track is Fuckboy. But it's like FXXX Boy. So I'm like, we got a girly pop anthem coming from Blackpink again. Because we need one to put these fuckboys in their place. I'm just saying. So, yeah, the release date for this is 2/27/26, which is literally, I think, a Thursday. Yeah, it's a Thursday. It's Thursday or Friday. Hold on. I got a calendar. My calendar app is on my other phone. Hold on, shit. I'm gonna look this up. Don't worry, guys. It's for the live stream. Okay, so it's Friday. It's that Friday. Okay. So it's that Friday. Which, like I said, that's fine. I can't wait for that. Deadline 27. Let's go. But outside of that, really, that is, like, predominantly it in terms of, like, those things. I don't really have, like, any bigger spectacular things coming out of it, like, the next couple of weeks, so don't worry. I really don't have, like I said, I just have a couple of things that I'm going to do, and then that's it. And then once I do them and I put them together, But, here we go. Content stuff done. Pokemon. I don't know. Yeah, because you guys want to ask me about podcasts too. So I'll probably just do podcasts. And just, talk through podcasts. Because I know people are like, damn, are you not going to do any podcasts? I mean, no one really watches my podcast anyway, except for, like, my brother and my two friends. So, at least they know who it is, because no one watches my podcast. Like, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I mean, come on now. Tell me something different. Alright. So, is there anything else that I'd like to add to this before this video is done? No, not really, because, like I said, I have other things to do that I'm going to get ready to do today. And then once I get done there, I will have some other things ready to go. So yeah, I have a lot on my plate, but I'm gonna make sure everything that's on the plate is put together. Is there any Pokemon news? Not. Oh, there's supposed to be like a Pokemon thing for the Super Bowl. I know someone hinted that Lady Gaga is supposed to be in the Pokemon commercial, so that's nice. And I do want to do a video for Pokemon's 30th anniversary, which I'll probably do and upload that. So maybe I'll just wait till like the end of the month and then drop things there. I don't know. Because it's a short month, so I don't know. I'm still figuring things out, but I do know that I do want to take the time off, so I probably will do it around then. And if you see something pop up, then you know it popped up. Or I'll probably just record it and then like wait till later to like drop it. So that's it. That's it. I got other things to do and get ready for it. But thank you guys so much for watching, because I appreciate it. And I know you guys were probably excited to see me and hear me do all of this as well, because duh. Thank you guys for the support and everything. If things change, I will let you guys know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, because it helps me out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel, and my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you guys for joining in on this podcast session from HPJ, and I will catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.